Edo State residents don't cry come out, take off the yamayama where they come out from the dump site where University of Benin Teaching Hospital, UBTH, get for Federal Housing Estate for Ogbowo, Benin City for Edo State. The residents, when they worry, say this dump site, they cause environmental katakata and disease fit break out from the estate, take off the dump site, Konyan, UBTH authorities, and government make them sharply relocate the dump sites.
What we are looking for is let the government or the agencies saddle with control or regulation of health and well-being of human beings. Come and help us determine our future, because if this thing persists, nobody can tell the next event that will come out of this. Consider that truck in there. He has come to empty those hospital wastes, which we all know a lot are carcinogenous, a lot are not friendly to the human being, and when this thing gets dry, according to their own timeline, they put fire here by way of incinerating, and the smoke engulfs the entire estate. You don't have time to rest, you don't have any place to breathe. Well, you can see yourself, you are spouting away continuously. We don't need the government to come and help us remove this thing from human beings' place. This land have all been allocated, and the owners have difficulties in coming here to develop. It is difficult to understand why a federal ministry of housing will allocate a land to a Nigerian, their citizens, and at the same time tolerate this kind of dumping site in the same environment. The health hazards are not that what people should play with. What about the other implications? Here you can see now is an access, uncontrolled access, where hoodlums and criminals can access the estate. You don't know what security is saying about talking today in Nigeria. We are appealing that media, the government, should come to our assistance. We have made several efforts.
This dump site would have been here before we even started developing. Yes.
We individually,
it was appropriate then when there was nobody in this estate. But after some time, the federal government now located a low-cost housing estate here and started selling land to individuals, and they started developing. And from what you can see, there are already houses, highly populated. The estate is already becoming densely populated. What we are asking is that the dump site should be relocated. They should be relocated, because obviously, if you don't need to be a doctor or a health provider to know that this type of dump site being located next to human abode obviously has obvious health implications.
We don't have any risk,
so many of them. Like I will tell somebody, you can write pages on them. For instance, you can see on the place there is a part of it that is being burnt right now. A part of it is being burnt, and you can imagine that is going to constitute environmental hazard, environmental pollution. The amount of smoke that goes into this estate from this place, we can imagine what happens to the lungs of members of this estate. So we are not going to wait until we start coming down with respiratory problems before we point out the hazard. Let us even move away from the smoke. Each time it rains, when you drive this road, you will see the flood that enters a stagnant pond. Our demand is that this dumping site should please be appropriately relocated. That is all our demand. Because the health hazards are so numerous that we may not be able to tell you all about it right now. And I can see you speaking severally. That means there is a problem. The stench, the smell that is coming from this place is ordinarily, socially unpermissible.
Commissioner for Environment and Sustainability, Engineer Jonathan Lawani, and Federal Controller, Federal Ministry of Works and Housing Sector Edo State, Abu Jeremiah, took mouth to top the relocation of the dump sites.
Let me say, I appreciate you for coming out to also see this very ugly situation. As a member of the media, you are a stakeholder that helps us to correct a lot of abnormalities within the society. I got a call yesterday from one of the leaders of the residents around this area, and as a responsible government, I came here by myself alongside with the general manager of the Waste Management Board Edo State. What we are seeing here is totally condemnable, unacceptable, and it is very sad that it's coming from a very learned and what we should call people that care for health. Because this coming from the UBTH is completely wrong and it's unacceptable, because these are people that should be preaching health, and they know what it means when we talk about environmental health and the consequence that come from every communicable diseases. They know what people are going through. So we have a law, and the law is very clear. You cannot operate an illegal dump site within the state, a dump site that did not pass through all the rudiments of approving a dump site. Before we can say this is a dump site, there are a lot of environmental impact assessment, environmental studies, evaluation, and before you can get approval, you will have what is called environmental management plan that will make sure that we cater for all the hazard that is associated with even that dump site itself. And for a medical waste, it becomes another issue entirely, because we all know what medical waste are. They are more hazardous to health. And what I even found here, more sad enough, is that we've made this place undergoing burning. And when you burn such medical waste, the air around this area is not even what we should be standing here right now as I speak to you. But we have to do this so that everybody can see, because the government is going to take immediate action. As I return to the office right now, we are sending them a letter with an abatement notice, and that they should come up with a reply within 7 days on how they're going to clear this place first, and immediately they should stop dumping here henceforth. And I will liaise with the Commissioner of Police to make sure that we deploy security here, that nobody dump here again. It is not an accredited dump site in the state, and therefore nobody is allowed to dump here henceforth.
We did not allocate
the place to UBTH.
I'm happy to see the truck that
we are talking to UBTH, and we will return to them to see how this issue can be resolved, because the residents of the estate have complained to us a number of times, and we too will be here. If I came around we'll be here, and then we know that it's not good. This is not good within a living environment. So we are doing the best we can to see how we can get UBTH to receive this with us and relocate the nation.
University of Benin Teaching Hospital (UBTH) contact say the waste from that dump site no fit cause or spread any disease for the estate.
That dump site predates that estate. That dump site is actually an excavated land, the land that was used to build this hospital. And since this hospital was built, we've been using that land as sanitary landfill. We've been reclaiming it and using it as sanitary landfill. And we segregate our waste here in UBTH. We have a very, very viable environmental health unit that segregates waste into hazardous and non-hazardous waste. We have 3 functional incinerators. We can show you, we boast of 3 functional incinerators where we incinerate our hazardous wastes according to best international practices. And so the waste that we dump in that site is not hazardous waste. It is non-hazardous waste. Waste from the UBTH guest houses, the UBTH estates, our flats. We also have the kitchen, and then we have our quarters. And so those wastes are wastes that we collect from the guest houses, the quarters, our kitchen. They are non-hazardous waste, normal waste. The hazardous waste from this facility are taken care of by 3 functional incinerators. We'd like to say that that dump site, like I said earlier, predates the estate. And the land, that entire land, actually belongs to UBTH. But about 7 to 8 years ago, the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing collected that land and sold it to persons. And so it was our land, and we started using that place first as land reclamation, actually, basically. There are plans to relocate that dump site. However, like I said, the estate met us there. So even though we have plans, we have plans to relocate, and we have been making active plans and discussing with the Ministry of Environment to give us another place for us to relocate the dump site. But these things take time, and we actually have to use that dump site till we're able to get a final place to dump non-hazardous waste. In a nutshell, I would say that because that land was UBTH's land, and the federal, we have the survey of that entire place. It is UBTH's land. There is no official documentation from the Federal Ministry of Works that land is now theirs. We haven't gotten any information to that. We don't have any legal document to that. And so that land is our own, not against other person's health. We pride ourselves as a foremost institution who is involved in ensuring a health and safety of persons, especially in the place where we live and work. It is not, like I said, the waste is non-hazardous. It is a non-hazardous waste. There are non-hazardous waste that we place in that place, and non-hazardous waste are, as it is, non-hazardous. We don't put hazardous waste there. We have 3 functional incinerators that we can show you. We are not hiding it, that we can show you.
Omo Aluke Ajakaye, TMC TV News. No forget your PVC and your power. No tell I'm giving a politician on election day.